Hi, and welcome at PASC23 on stage. This is the corner for the discussion of the summary of the mini-symposium. Here I am with Nicolas Morales. Nicolas, welcome, and thank you for coming. So what was your mini-symposium about?
Yeah, so the mini-symposium was about performance in I/O and fault tolerance. And I think that this was something that I wanted to propose for PASC because these are both issues that are very important to a lot of HPC software. It doesn't matter what field you are in, resilience and fault tolerance is important. And also the interaction between different coupled applications. There wasn't already a proposal for this, so I really wanted to make sure that we had this kind of conversation at PASC.
So after the discussion that you have been having in this mini-symposium, what were the main messages or the summary? What was the summary of this discussion?
Yeah, so we had a lot of good talks. I think that kind of one of the conclusions that we came up with was that there's a lot of applications that are irregular applications. So our first two talks dealt with AMT tasking applications. Our third talk discussed resilience in graph applications, and our final talk was about various coupled applications working on asynchronous scales and communicating with one another. And one of the questions for all of this is how can we do resilience correctly and the I/O interaction between these applications, even though they're not in lockstep like traditional HPC applications.
After these 3 days of discussions, of meeting people also from different disciplines, but do you already have a plan of what is going to come next? How are you going home, and how are you planning to continue the discussions that have been started here?
Yes, I think that particularly this theme that I mentioned about resilience in irregular applications, I think there's going to be a lot of papers on that going forward. I think that that's also informed me personally in a lot of the research that I plan on doing from here on out. I think that there's also, I would like to continue this discussion maybe next year at PASC if I'm definitely planning on submitting another mini-symposium application along a similar topic.
During these days, did you have the opportunity or the chance to also meet people from completely different fields and new people with whom to share new ideas?
Yes, I think so. One of the things that was pretty interesting, like in this mini symposium, was that the applications themselves were in very different fields. So, for example, in my research, I almost never deal with graph applications, and so it was kind of interesting to hear kind of the perspective from there. Even though the underlying theme for all of this was that no matter what area, this kind of resilience and fault tolerance was important.
Thank you very much. So PASC has succeeded in its purpose to have people from different area and different worlds to meet and to discuss together.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Thank you very much for coming.
All right, thank you.